and Technical College's virtual open house. My name is Ella Strong, and I will be serving as today's session moderator. HCTC will be hosting virtual open house sessions every Thursday at noon, and during these sessions, you will be presented with information about admissions, testing, financial aid, HCTC's various programs, career pathways, transfer, and the registration process. Some of our open house sessions will have a program-specific focus that will be shared, but please feel free to ask questions in the chat during the presentations. We will also have a question and answer session at the end where you can ask any additional questions. And if you have a mic or webcam, you're welcome to use that instead of typing in the chat window. Also, this afternoon, we will have advisors on standby to talk with you about your career goals and to get you registered for our upcoming summer or fall 2020 semester. I briefly want to go over a couple of items. If you are joining us on a desktop computer, you will see a toolbar near the center bottom of your screen. And when you hover or move your mouse over your screen, you will see this toolbar that is showing on the desktop. And you will see icons. You'll have a webcam and a mic where you can mute and unmute your video and audio. You will also see a ... where you can go in and see the different session options. You also have the chat feature and a participants list so you can see the participants. And then once the session is over, you can click to leave the session. If you're on a mobile device, you also have the same options, they just look slightly different. You'll still have the options at the bottom for mute and unmute and to leave the session, but the chat and participants options are in the upper right-hand corner. And then when you are not hovering over your screen, you will have a quick way to mute and unmute with the mic at the bottom center of your screen. Oops, sorry. Now, with this said, it is my honor to introduce our first speaker for today's session, and that is Dr. Jennifer Lennon, President of HCTC.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us at HCTC's first virtual open house. And like Dr. Strong said, we will be having these every Thursday at noon. And in these sessions, you will get information about our various programs, and sometimes there might be a focus on a particular program. So we welcome you to join as many virtual open houses as you want. We also will inform you about critical pieces to getting you enrolled in college, such as financial aid and getting your admissions application completed. So we really are very pleased to see everyone again and virtually. And you are in good hands because HCTC recently received a ranking from College Consensus. They are a national group and they are a firm that looks and reviews various colleges for quality and services that are available online. And we received the honor of having a ranking of number 8 in the nation as far as online community and technical colleges. So like I said, you are in good hands. And not only do we offer a variety of courses and services online, but we also have 5 campuses and we have a number of programs that are hands-on. And we are anxious to explain those and talk to you more about that. And we actually have advisors who will be waiting on you today after this session if you choose to enroll. So can't wait for you to learn more about HCTC. Thank you so much again for joining us.
Now we will be hearing from our Director of Admissions, Scott Gross.
Hello, everyone. I'm the Director of Admissions here at HCTC. We're going to talk a little bit about the admissions process and what it takes to become an HCTC student. Today, we'll talk about the top reasons to attend, go over the steps to apply, how to send transcripts, our new testing requirements, the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, tuition rate, and cost comparison. Reasons to choose HCTC. First of all, you're going to save money. Our credits transfer easy. We have small class sizes with professors who care. You're going to start close to home. A lot of students are not sure if they want to go away as soon as they graduate high school. So it's a good place to start. Improve your test scores. Maybe you need to get some test scores up and improve your GPA. We have flexible class schedules. You can choose day, night, online, or Saturday classes. Applying is easy. First, you'll go to our website, hazard.kctcs.edu. The next step, you'll want to apply for grants at studentaid.gov. Submit placement scores, or talk to us about other ways for placement. Then you'll want to request transcripts to be sent to HCTC. Like I said, applying online is fast and easy. From our homepage, you'll click your Start Your Application. You'll need to gather the 4 items below: your social security number, a personal email address, name of your high school, and name of any other college that you have attended. To send transcripts, most high schools now use parchment.com. College transcripts can be sent electronically through getmytranscript.com or Parchment. GED scores can be sent by going to the address listed, https://request.ged.ky.gov. If your high school or college does not use electronic methods to send transcripts, please send your transcripts to the address listed below. Placement testing requirements. During these times, we've relaxed our testing policy. You have many other options now to be placed in our courses. Students can use their high school GPA. You can use scores that we already have on file from a previous application. You can submit placement scores such as ACT, Wonderlic, Coyote. Students can request to take an online placement test from home, or you can begin in developmental courses without taking placement testing. Other ways to pay. WorkReadyKentucky.com launched for the fall semester on May 1st. So if you applied for financial aid and you see that you're not going to get enough to cover the cost of tuition, you'll want to consider applying for the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship. This scholarship is available for several of our programs that are high wage, high demand. First step, complete your 2021 financial aid application. Enroll in an eligible Work Ready program that can be found on the Work Ready Kentucky website. Submit all documentation that financial aid requires, and complete your Work Ready application at kheaa.com. Our tuition rate currently for this academic year is $174 per credit hour, with an $8 per credit hour mandatory fee. When you compare this to other universities, you can see there's a substantial difference. For example, MSU is $89.76 only for tuition. That's not including any parking fees, dorm fees, meal plans, things like that. So when you're looking at colleges, compare the cost, compare the quality of education, and again, we're close to home. At the end of the session, you'll have the opportunity to ask questions, but please feel free to post any question in the chat feature. If you want to contact us after the virtual open house, you can email hazard-admissions@kctcs.edu or phone us at 487-3293. Now, I would like to turn this over to Phoenicia Fields in Financial Aid.
Thank you, Scott. My name is Phoenicia Fields. I'm the coordinator of financial aid for Hazard Community and Technical College. And I've gotten several questions lately on the best way to process payment for my financial aid application. FAFSA stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. The application should always be free. If you are being asked for credit card information, you have accessed a website that is a third-party company who will charge you a significant fee to process and submit your application. The only website you should be using to do your FAFSA is studentaid.gov. You'll need your FSA ID to sign in and submit the FAFSA. If you don't have an FSA ID already, you can click Create an Account on the studentaid.gov webpage, and it will walk you through the process. Parents of dependent students must have an FSA ID as well, and their ID has to be linked to a separate email address. You can't use the same email address you have for your ID as theirs. The quick and easy on am I a dependent or independent student for FAFSA is if you are under the age of 24, not married, and have no children, you are considered dependent per FAFSA guidelines. There is a dependency section on the FAFSA that has other circumstances. If you answer no to all of those questions, you are dependent and required parental information. To complete the FAFSA, you'll need 2-year prior tax information and your W-2s. For example, we are currently in the summer term of the 1920 age year, so we're using 2017's information. For the upcoming fall and spring, that is the 2020-2021 age year, we will use 2018. It's always 2 years behind. On the FAFSA, you'll have the opportunity to use the data retrieval tool or the DRT. This is the simplest and most accurate way to transfer your information from the IRS to your FAFSA, and the only thing that it doesn't transfer is individual income. You can use your W-2s to input this information manually. If for some reason the DRT does not work for you and it says you don't have access to it or information does not match, your FAFSA will give you instructions on which line on your taxes to look at to input that information manually. And as always, if you run into something you don't understand and you need help, you can always save your FAFSA out and we can help you. Program applicability came to us a couple of years ago. It is a federal regulation stating that financial aid can only be paid for classes that are required for the completion of your degree. So if there's a class that you're wanting to take that you've already taken and passed, but you're wanting a refresher, we cannot pay financial aid for that class. If you have a class that you're interested in, but it does not fall in your graduation plan as required, that class is not eligible for financial aid. If you're working on multiple degrees or have a course substitution that is approved by your program director, you and your advisor will need to work with the records office to ensure that that information is added to your file. If it is not, the auditor within our system will deem that class as ineligible for financial aid, and it will not allow me to award for that class. If there is a class you're just wanting to take as a refresher and you understand that you cannot receive financial aid for it, your financial aid package will be adjusted down based on the classes that are eligible. And if there's not enough money left over that would have been your refund to pay the additional tuition, you could owe a balance. Your consent to release is listed on your student self-service. And it's basically if you want someone to call and talk to us about your financial aid or stop by and ask a question because you can't, they have to be added as a delegate on your student self-service consent to release. If they're not on there, we cannot talk to them. And this also goes for dependent students with parental information on their FAFSA. If you do not add your parent to your consent to release, we cannot talk to them if they call. We do have a no-show policy, and it means that we are an attendance-taking institution. You must attend and participate in your classes to receive financial aid for them. A copy of the no-show policy is included in your syllabus that you will get from your instructor at the beginning of the term. What happens if you're reported? I run a report shortly after classes start, and if you're reported as a no-show, a hold is placed on your account to prevent funds from moving over to your bill and creating a refund. I send you an email with the information on the class and the instructor name for the reported class. At that point, it is up to you to work with your instructor to find the requirements they have set to have that no-show reversed. It could be that they require a certain amount of assignments completed before they'll reverse it, or a certain amount of logins on your online classes before they'll do that. 2 weeks after refunds are processed for that class period, I review the no-shows for that section. And if the no-show indicator has been reversed, I take the hold off and everything runs as normal. If it's not been reversed, I have to adjust your financial aid to your active hours only. In some instances, this does create a balance due from the student. The point is, go to and log into your classes. If you miss an assignment, login day, or an in-person lecture, contact your instructor and let them know. A simple email or phone call can help you avoid all of this. We do have standards of academic progress. You will hear us refer to this as SAP. To continue receiving financial aid, you have to maintain a 2.0 GPA or higher. You have to pass 67% of your overall attempted credit hours over your entire college career. This does include any transfer hours that you have coming in from another college, university. If you had a degree with another college or us prior, those hours are included in this pass ratio. And you should complete within 150% of the time that it takes to receive the degree. So if you're in a 60-hour program, they give you 90 hours to complete that degree. Just remember, any transfer hours or previous hours are included in this time frame. If you're required to file a SAP appeal, the link is located on your self-service under the financial aid tile. You're going to get notices from KCTCS about your SAP status, and it will show up on your to-do list if you are required to do one. You submit the appeal online, and it goes to a committee. They review it, vote on it, and once the review is done and the votes are sent back to us, then we notify you via your student email account. Return to Title IV is an across-the-board process for all colleges that have Title IV aid. When 0 of all attempted hours for the term are completed and you receive financial aid or student loans, then the process Return to Title IV starts. They determine the percentage of aid that was earned. That stays on the account, and then the remaining funds that were deemed unearned to go back to the government. In most cases, this generates a balance due by the student. We do not want to generate bills ever. So if you are having difficulties with your financial aid, with your schedule, with your class, reach out to someone. If you reach out to me and it's not concerning financial aid, I will find the person that we need to talk to and we will get in contact with them. But it all starts with you reaching out first, and we want you to feel comfortable doing so. That's all I have. Thank you, and I'm going to turn this back over to Dr. Strong.
Thank you, Scott and Phoenicia, for the valuable information about admissions and financial aid. We now have up on our list next Dr. Deronda Mobilini, and she will be sharing with you a lot of information about University Center of the Mountains and our transfer programs. Deronda, we're not hearing you if you're talking.
Thank you, Dr. Strong. I was talking away and I had hit unmute and it didn't catch. Okay. Let me start again. Thank you and good afternoon, folks. Thank you for joining us. I am Deronda Mobilini, and you should see pictured on your screen one of our UCM web pages. Just FYI, all of the UCM information and the different screenshots you'll see here in just a few minutes are located on the HCTC web page, and they are easily accessed by going to the HCTC homepage, go down to Education Training, and click on that, and then you'll see a list of options. One of them is the University Center of the Mountains that I'm going to talk to you about right now. Now, the page you're looking at, you'll see my picture, my image, and my contact information. And if you scroll down a little bit, you'll also see HCTC's Career Transfer Counselor and her picture, and she's also the UCM Assistant Director, and this is Professor Helen Brunty. Now, Helen and I work in the University Center of the Mountains, or what we refer to as the UCM for short. And the UCM is HCTC's Higher Education Transfer Center. So the function of the UCM is to provide you and other individuals in our community with improved access to bachelor's and graduate degree programs. Because the UCM is a partnership with our four-year colleges and universities, we are able to offer a variety of transfer services to support students who have transfer plans. So those students who want to come into HCTC and use HCTC as their stepping stone to do their freshman, sophomore coursework and then go on to college on down the line, we're here to assist with that. And our partners are wonderful to work with, our four-year colleges and universities. They know how to work with us and assist students in making that smooth transfer. Now, keep in mind that the UCM offices are located on HCTC's Hazard Highway 15 campus, but just because we're physically located in that spot, that doesn't prevent us from serving all of our counties and all of our students throughout our service area, and even general community members. We often have individuals from the community who have been out of school for several years, and they'll stop into the UCM to see about returning to school and exploring their academic and career pathway options. And that's what we are there to do, to assist you with all of those activities. Helen and I visit the various campuses to meet face-to-face with students. We hold transfer-related activities on the different campuses. And of course, we're happy to meet with students by phone or in a virtual meeting format like what we're doing right now, or certainly face-to-face meetings. Now, as we shift to the UCM homepage, and this is the main page that you usually enter into from the HCTC webpage, you should scroll down to the center and you will see the bulleted list of the UCM's 10 four-year college university partners. Each bullet is a link to the designated UCM transfer advisor from that university who's available to assist you with admissions, financial aid, scholarship applications to those programs, anything of that sort that you want to do with that particular program. And on that same page, if you scroll down a little bit further, you'll see icons for all of our four-year college university partners. And then if you click on those icons are direct links to that college or university's main homepage. And again, and as I was mentioning before, keep in mind, students can complete their first 2 years of college at HCTC. Typically, you would want to earn an associate in arts or an associate in science degree. Those are the standard transfer degrees. And then you would move to your four-year college or university to finish your junior and senior years of college, thus earning a bachelor's degree. The thing to keep in mind is that some of the bachelor's and graduate program classes are offered right here in the Hazard area on the HCTC campus. Or at our UK Partners Hazard campus. And these classes are offered here so that our students do not have to leave home to earn a bachelor's degree. Many students work, many students have children or families or other obligations, and they want to stay home, but they want to continue their bachelor's as well as go on and do graduate coursework. So the UCM is there to support that goal and to provide you with that access so you can stay at home if you choose to do so. So now that's the UCM partnership. That's one of the three key things that the UCM provides. The second item, and if you look at the Career Services webpage, here's the second piece that the UCM provides to our HCTC students. In addition to assistance with transfer admissions and advising and actually offering four-year college classes in the UCM also provides career planning services. Professor Brunty leads this unit, and she assists with resume writing workshops and communicates job openings, and she implements regional job fairs. She assists with the UCM's mock interviews and presents interview skills workshops. So there's lots of different services that she provides under that career services umbrella. And certainly she's a good person to speak with if you're a little bit undecided about what you want to do with your Associate of Arts or Associate in Science degree. Make sure you check in with us because we've got resources to help you there as well. And then the third item or third key service point that the UCM provides is that general transfer. And if you look at the general transfer information page, you'll see that we're providing assistance to students who are interested in institutions beyond just the UCM's 10 featured partners. So you'll want to explore this additional information. You know, sometimes we have a student who wants to go to a college out of state, and that's wonderful, and we're there to provide information and that guidance if you choose to do that. Now, keep in mind that research indicates that those students interested in transfer ultimately do so more easily, more smoothly when they are connected to their four-year institution as early as possible in their academic year. So, you know, for you all, many of you, that would probably be, that's your freshman year, that's now. So keep in mind that our HCTC and UCM four-year advisors are used to working as a team to assist you with that transfer advising. So make sure you tell your HCTC advisor, by the way, now I'm thinking about transferring, I'm considering doing this or that, or I want to go to EKU or Moorhead or Midway or UK. Let those folks know what you're thinking. That doesn't mean you're committed yet, but you're thinking about those options. And then they'll direct you to the UCM, or you go ahead and pop in, check in with us anytime this summer, this fall, and let us know that you're interested. And we can start to get you connected and work as a team. So often we'll have an HCTC advisor who will help you with your two-year program or degree at HCTC, also working with that four-year program in mind to make sure that that transfer transition works smoothly. And again, we encourage you to check in with us at the UCM this summer, this fall, or anytime this upcoming year, and shop around and see what your options are. The UCM is here to help you. And thank you. And thank you, Dr. Strong. I'll turn it back over to you.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Mobilini. HCTC does have a wide variety of programs, and although we have several open house sessions that I've told you that we're going to be having throughout the summer that might be program specific, I didn't want you to have to know that you have to wait to apply. You can go ahead and get connected with an advisor early on, and so what I wanted to do was just walk you through how to get to our program area. So if you go to Hazard's website at hazard.kctcs.edu, and then on that front page, you'll see an option that says Education and Training. Click on Education and Training. And then from here, you just scroll down a little bit and you will see a link that says Find Your Program. Then on this page, you will see all the different programs that HCTC has to offer. You can click on any program that you might be interested in. Each program will give you additional information about the program, the required courses you'll need to take for the program, any additional information, maybe such as licensure if it's a selective admissions program, any supplies that may be required, like for example, cosmetology requires some supplies that you'll need before you actually come on campus for your first class, and then also the contact information of that program advisor for the program. So you can see we do have a wide variety of different programs that are available here at HCTC. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Now we want to hear from Dr. Beth Pennington, Dean of Retention Services, to hear about HCTC's registration process.
Good afternoon, everyone. And let me join in with my colleagues in welcoming you to HCTC. We're very happy to assist you on your journey to achieve all of your career and educational goals. And I especially appreciate Dr. Strong sharing where to find the academic programs, because the one thing that we want to assure our students is a smooth and easy process when it comes to registration. Our advisors have years of experience. We will be working today with both staff and faculty advisors, and I'll explain that process momentarily. But what we want you to understand as an incoming student is that it's okay to change your mind. As you begin your coursework and your registration process, if you originally signed in as maybe you were going to do an Associate of Science degree, and then after reviewing programs of study or conversation with others in your family whom you trust, you've decided that perhaps you may be more interested in one of our technical programming options, such as business. It is okay to make that change. So as we begin our registration cycle, normally we would love to see you in a face-to-face setting. Unfortunately, the world is a little bit upside down, and so now we're going to do this via online. You would be meeting with a staff advisor, and you would be discussing all about you. You would be telling us about your life beyond school, meaning, are you working? Do you have responsibilities of care for another, perhaps a child, a grandparent? Do you have other stressors in your life that may impact your ability to study an extended period of time? Because that matters. Maintaining an appropriate work, life, and education balance is imperative to you being successful to reach and achieve your goals. As we cannot do that in person today, I want you to have that conversation with your advisor virtually. Be open. Tell them of your concerns. If you fear math, a lot of folks have struggles with math, then tell that person right out of the gate, I know I'm going to need some tutoring. Have those open lines of communication with your advisor so that we can get all the supports and all the resources you're going to need in place, and there will be no lapse in your ability to be successful. So here's how we do this. Several of you have already reached out and indicated that you would like to receive some assistance with registration today. I have paired you up with an advisor, and at the conclusion of a virtual open house, you will be contacted via email by your advisor to begin the registration process. If for some reason that was not on your menu and you overlooked your ability to do that, and you think, gosh, I would really like to register today. I've decided what my program of study is going to be, and I want to begin immediately. Summer, I need a summer class. Please send a message in the chat room with your name and your email. The moderator, Dr. Strong, will send me a list of those individuals who have sent that information in. Bear with me. It will be a little bit later this afternoon, but I will get you connected to someone and we will get you registered today. So just to kind of bring us back full circle, this will begin immediately through a very smooth email online process. And I wish you to be extremely honest with your faculty member or your staff advisor as to what life is like so that we can get you in a good balance, get your supports in place, and help you achieve all of your academic goals. Thank you, and I look forward to working with you soon.
Thank you, Dr. Pennington. It is now time for, let me get my desktop up here, for our Q&A session. So this is the time that if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to use the chat feature, or you are free to use the mic. That if you have a mic on your system, that you're able to answer any questions whatsoever. Right now, as I'm looking through the chat, I do not see any questions right now in the chat. Thank you, Taylor. I will forward that information to Dr. Pennington. Anyone have any questions whatsoever? We'll wait about a minute or so to see if there's any questions. I know that we've provided a lot of information in our session today pertaining to, of course, admissions and testing, as well as our financial aid, and a lot of great information about transfer in the University Center of the Mountains. And don't ever think that a question is too small or may be silly, because I know many times I'm a first generation student, and when I was in college, I always thought I was asking dumb questions, but no question is dumb. Okay, we do have one question. Can I go ahead and register for classes in the fall as well? I can go ahead and answer that for you. Yes, you can answer once you get connected to your advisor and you have your admissions, application in, you definitely can go ahead and register for classes in the fall as well. And if you're interested in summer, so you can do summer and fall. Thank you, Michaela, for that question. Do we have any other questions whatsoever? And it might be that you need to take a little bit to digest everything that was presented to you today. And after we get off our call, you may have some questions, and that's okay too. We do certainly thank you for attending our virtual open house session. And if you have any additional, or if you need any additional information or any additional questions that you might think of, like I said, after our time together here, I have the HCTC admissions email and phone number on the screen that you can record, and I'll keep that up for a few minutes. But we certainly do thank you for attending. I thank all the presenters that were here presenting today. But with that, we will go ahead and close our session for today. But like I said, I'll keep my screen up for a couple minutes. And thank you all again. Okay, it's down to us. Thank you folks for attending. I'm going to stop sharing the screen and I'm going to stop recording.
Thank you, Dr.